Today is May 1st, 9 months later. Our May Day was September 1st. And I heard all the clip. I just stood back and give my 5 cents when all the dusk is clear concerning the people that were let into Nassau without the proper authority. And it reminds me of the first week and thereafter in the month of September that we had people willing, able, wanting to come and to bring some aid and relief to Abaco. And this F&M government refused. They wanted to micromanage. They didn't want that kind of help. It was too much help for Abaco. And you imagine, after storm, people had their airplanes loaded up, some flew over, and the government of the Bahamas refused to let them land in Mar Shaba to deliver goods. I remember very clearly, Florida Power and Light had 60 to 70 trucks and workers lined off in Palm Beach to come to help to restore the power in Abaco. The government of the Bahamas, this F&M government, said no thank you. 9 months in, the poles are still not up. Neither one of them start to be put up for Mar Shaba, the Treasury Key, 9 months later. But yet, they can let their personal friend with their so-called goods land in Nassau without being quarantined at all. And it's so hurtful. I'm glad I'm on this side to see over 400 Bahamians want to come back to the Bahamas. The Prime Minister announced over a week ago that they will do that. What is the plan? Where are you going to put them? If this was the Karen government, I could have figured that out. Put them on the 3rd floor of a hotel. Have somebody feed them. I was on the line there. That's why you got to be so careful. I was on the line to a supermarket. And the lady recognized a fellow on the line that's supposed to be quarantined. That's just this week. So the fella say, the government want me to quarantine me, but they ain't feeding me. They ain't bringing no food to the house. So how am I going to get food if they tell me to quarantine and I need food? And the thing is, he take the mask off and put it down here so the lady that recognized him could hear what she's saying. So I back, way back. Because he's talking in the wind and he's going into the supermarket and supposedly he had COVID-19. He's in quarantine. How are you going to make sure that 200 people is quarantined? You see, this thing ain't going to hit the Bahamas and the Bahamian people. Till 50 drop down dead one day, like in New York, 700. If 50 dead in Nassau one day, whoo, now you got my attention. But to say somebody's quarantined, it ain't so. I did a video 2 weeks ago. The Defense Forces in Crown Haven, acting like a dock master, collecting from people that are going back and forth to Grand Bahama. That port is not secure. We have Sandy Point Port that's not secure. And it's so interesting. I made a couple calls that said, what is the, who gives the rights to fly back and forth if there's non-emergency. Okay, all you got to do, go to the administrator or go to the police in charge of Abaco and get a letter. I say get a letter. So when you come from Abaco to Nassau with this letter from the administrator or the chief of police in Abaco, are you quarantined when you get to Nassau? No. So when you're coming back to Abaco, how do you get back from Abaco on a flight? You go at the police barracks in Nassau, get a letter from the commissioner of police, you're back on a flight into Abaco. I said, hold on, man. Hold on. So when you come back to the Abaco, do you go into quarantine? Or you jump right back in the supermarket after knowing all the cases of COVID-19 in Nassau? The only requirements is needed is a letter from the commissioner of police. Yeah, that's all you need, Kai. Y'all joking. Y'all didn't want trouble. This is a serious matter, but you have people with half a brain is spearheading this. How could you get a letter from the administrator or the chief of police in Abaco? Non-emergency. They ain't got no emergency. They just need to go to Nassau and do a little business. They just need to come from Nassau to Abaco, do a little business. Non-emergency. All you need is a letter. All you need is one slip up. All you need is one of those persons that are coming from Nassau, that is being in contact with somebody that has the virus, and there goes another island with COVID-19. You would think if you had a government with half a brain, don't take much, just a little piece of brain. If Abaco has reported no COVID-19 virus so far, you would put all your man, all your Indians, all your chiefs to protect Abaco after Abaco is still in a Mayday situation. Why is it that the Defense Force in Crown Haven are allowing people to go back and forth to Grand Bahama? Why, big question, is the administrator writing a letter, her and the chief of police in Abaco? Who gave them this authority to put the lives of good Christian people that are trying their level best to protect themselves and their family, locked down, locked out, trying to listen to what the government's saying? And one letter from the administrator and the chief of the police in Abaco could cost the death of hundreds. How is it that this new commissioner of police that don't even know the people, that he's signing off a letter to travel from Nassau into Abaco with non-emergencies, could bring COVID-19 to a people that is still trying to recover from Hurricane Dorian? All you need is a couple dollars to pay for your plane and a letter. And it's been happening back and forth for weeks. From Nassau to Abaco, non-essential, no emergency, one letter from the commissioner of police or the administrator. And they put the lives of thousands into jeopardy. Just that one letter. Just that naiveness of people that don't care about the people who's trying to stay alive Already said, be careful that after 9 months of this absolutely uncaring, heartless, weightless government that don't have a soul, don't have an additional trailer next to the trailer of the dead bodies, that as of May 1st, 2020, they can't bury the dead that are in the trailer to date. Neither can they tell you who is the dead. Neither have they tell you that they have continually, 9 months in, still finding bodies, and they're putting them all in the trailer. Be careful that you, through to COVID-19, don't be in a trailer next to the trailer of the loved ones that went through the storm, that they can't give a good Christian burial 9 months in. Why are these letters being issued without any regards for the safety and the protection of Abaco? As your member of parliament, it would have never happened. Kai Mills would have made sure that Abaco was locked down and everybody locked out. It's one of these Kai Care video, hoping that somebody in authority would catch the self before somebody from Nassau bring COVID-19 to the island of Abaco. Kai case, they held live May 1st on WCAY. 9 months in. To date, we are still hollering, Mayday, Mayday, Mr. Prime Minister. Mayday, Mayday, Mr. Darren Henfield. Help us, help us. The people of Abaco don't need no plate of food, pork chop and chicken. Materials. We need some help with materials. Kai case on May 1st.